I submit that this was not a hot-blooded crime of passion. Consider this. A revolver holds 6 bullets, not 8. That means that he fired the gun empty and then stopped to reload.
By the power vested in me by the state of Maine, I hereby order you to serve 2 life sentences back to back. 1 for each of your victims. So be it.
Hello, welcome to Everyone's Critic. This is Spencer Fawcett, and I'll be talking about The Shawshank Redemption. Shawshank Redemption is about Andy Dufresne, played by Tim Robbins, who is falsely accused of murdering his wife and her lover, and he's sent to Shawshank prison, given a life sentence, 2 life sentences, I think. And while he's there, he becomes friends with a lot of the other prisoners, most notably Ellis Boyd Redding, played by Morgan Freeman, and their friendship is mostly the focus of the movie. I heard one time someone describe this as not really a prison movie, it's just a location. This movie's about hope and friendship, and that really is what it's about. So let's take a look.
Send you here for life? That's exactly what they take.
I believe in 2 things. Discipline.
Help me, Joe!
And the Bible. Here you'll receive both.
Andy came to Shawshank Prison in 1947. Why'd you do it?
I didn't, since you asked.
You gonna fit right in. I must admit, I didn't think much of Andy the first time I laid eyes on him. He had a quiet way about him. A walk and a talk that just wasn't normal around here.
There are places in the world that aren't made out of stone. There's something inside that they can't touch.
What are you talking about?
Hope.
Let me tell you something, my friend. Hope is a dangerous thing.
Damn it, Dufresne, you're putting me behind!
Hope can drive a man insane.
You better be sick or dead in there, I kid you not!
You better get used to that idea. Oh, my holy God.
I guess it comes down to a simple choice, really. Get busy living, or get busy dying.
Get busy living, or get busy dying. That's damn right.
Yeah, very ironic, and honestly smart, that a movie set in a prison has such positive themes. It has themes of hope and friendship. You don't get that in many prison movies. And I like that about this one. You're not always sad in this movie. There's a lot of happy moments in this movie. There's a lot that make you chuckle. There's a lot that make you smile. And I love that about this movie. This is one of the best movies you can watch if you want to feel good. So I'll start with the acting. The acting is very good, mostly across the board. There aren't many big name actors. You could argue that Morgan Freeman is really the only big name in this movie. He's really good. I think he should have won an Oscar for this. He was up for Best Actor in a Leading Role, though, and he lost to Tom Hanks. I don't think this is a leading performance. I think it's a supporting performance. He should have been pushed to supporting actor, and he could have won supporting actor. But I feel like this movie is about Andy Dufresne. It's not really about Morgan Freeman's character. He's merely it's just about Andy Dufresne, his experience in prison, and who he meets in prison. And Morgan Freeman's character is like the main and most important guy he meets in prison. You don't really get much history into Morgan Freeman's character. You just know he's there and he's guilty of doing whatever he did. I know this is based on a book by Stephen King, and that book explains what he did, but the movie does not. But the acting is very good. Morgan Freeman, probably his best performance ever. Definitely Oscar worthy. So that was very good. It's got pretty good dialogue, some great lines, great quotable lines. It's one of the most quotable 90s movies. I always trash Forrest Gump because of the lines in that movie. Because I always say that they're just stupid lines marketed as being brilliant. So I don't think that's a quotable movie at all. But this movie, it is. There's a few really, really good lines, even ones that you wouldn't think to be quotable, but they are. And there's a scene in this movie It's like my favorite line in the movie where someone shoots themselves in the head. And, you know, it's not funny, but Morgan Freeman, who narrates this movie, he says something like, I think the last thing to go through so-and-so's head, other than that bullet, and then he goes on. I thought that was hilarious. There's like certain, like, just passive lines in this movie that are just very dry and funny, and I like that about this. So, like, that's my favorite line in the movie. Very, very good stuff. Very good story. Like I said, it's genius how it can evoke such happy emotions when it's set in such an unhappy place. And I love that. Like, these guys are in prison, but most of them see a positive side to things, which was very interesting and very well done. So I appreciate the fact that this movie isn't about prison. It's about hope and friendship, which is very, very hard to do, but it's done incredibly well here. The directing is very good. I think this is Frank Darabont's first, it's like his directorial debut. He also directed The Green Mile. He does a lot of Stephen King adaptations, and he does a very good job directing here. Very, very good stuff. It's entertaining, yes. There's, it's 2.5 hours long, almost, and it doesn't feel that way. You're invested in these characters, you're invested in the story, you're invested in the location. You want to know what's going to happen to these characters, and you want to see them be free, even if you hear about what they've done in the past and it's not very good. You can see the characters' growth throughout. This is over about a 25 year period. You can really see their growth, and you want them to be free, which also isn't easy to do. But that was very good, and it is rewatchable. I've seen it a whole bunch of times. Like I said, it's a movie you put on when you want to feel good, and this movie will make you feel good. So I love all this stuff about the movie. I give it a 9.5. One of the best movies in the 90s, one of the best movies ever. So you should definitely check it out if you can. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for our next video. Thank you.